Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Tequila. Welcome back to my series, You Got a Friend in Me. This is two of two of part three when it comes to trauma bonding and friendships. And if you haven't watched part one, I suggest that you go and watch part one and then we'll get into part two. So, just to keep it general, since we're talking about friendships, we're going to talk about how these seven stages develop in friendships. So, the first stage is love bombing. So, that's that person being overly nice, generous, offering compliments, giving you validation, making you feel good about yourself, being very positive, being seemingly open, honest, and transparent, creating a consistency around initiative, effort, wanting to hang out, wanting to do things together, just being like this friendly person that you kind of want to be around because they are just really becoming the ideal friend. This is the friend that you want to say yes to. This is the friend that you know is going to be a good time when you guys go out. Then stage two is gaining trust and getting you hooked. This can be done in several ways. It just really depends on the person's personality. They can do that by sharing secrets about themselves that are similar to your secrets, and you guys build a bond over that, experiences that you've been through, aka trauma that you've experienced. And also, they can do this by making promises to never hurt you, to never be that person to do those things to you that were done to you through your traumatic experience. And that promise can turn into a pact where you vow to be loyal to each other together forever. Then the next stage is criticism and put downs and insults. This person all of a sudden becomes very judgy about the things you say, do, what you wear, who you choose to hang out with, where you work. It could be a number of things that they've started to become judgy about and criticize or have some type of feedback on whatever you're saying or doing. And this can even be down to the type of person you're dating and you're sharing this person. And before you get a chance to tell them about the person, they have already criticized the situation or even tried to predict whether or not the situation will work out with the person that you're attempting to date. Then the next stage is gaslighting. So, for definition purposes, gaslighting is psychological manipulation into making someone doubt their experience and or their reality of a situation. An example of gaslighting in friendships is when the other person attempts to convince the other friend that something did or did not happen, or their intentions of doing something was not what they think, that they were doing it for them or that they were doing it for their own good. They tested their boyfriend to see if he was faithful because they wanted to make sure that he wasn't a cheater, or they tested the girlfriend to make sure that she wasn't a cheater. And this is going back to my original example on part one. So, stage five is resonation and submission. And so, in friendships, this looks like a person going along with the negative behavior that the other friend is putting into the friendship and kind of submitting to it, allowing things to be, making excuses for it, or either attempting to disengage, but still enabling the behavior, still keeping the connection open, but like becoming hot and cold themselves, like 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on. Every time a scenario happens, they take a break from the friendship, but then they just let the person right back in as soon as either they get bored or the other person come back with an excuse. And stage six is loss of self. You start to lose who you are as an individual, your morals, your reality, your beliefs, and you are centering your life around the other person. Because, in a way, with this connection, because it is a trauma bond, you yourself, the other person that's in the friendship, has also built a codependency on this person behavior and what they do and don't do, and the time and effort and energy that you guys have spent investing in this connection. You enjoyed parts of this person and the things that they brought into your life. So you go through an emotional change when it seems like things are not working out well. And so that's stage 7, emotional addiction. You become addicted to the hot and cold, the toxic behaviors, being the problem solver of your friends' problems, being the person who is going to go do things with the other person that are negative or unhealthy, being the other person to be available to be on the phone with that person for hours and hours to work through their traumatic experiences or to continue to talk about things that you guys originally bonded over. So what's interesting about trauma bonding, it sounds very similar to being with a person who has narcissistic behaviors. And if you have not seen my series on control when it comes to narcissistic behaviors, I encourage you guys to go back and watch that one. Those behaviors have become common in that connection, and that's what keeps the bond going. It's unhealthy, it's toxic. So comment below, you guys, your experience with trauma bonding, whether that's in relationships, friendships, work environment, and or with other family members. And let's have a conversation in the comment section. All right, guys, like and follow for more. Bye.